Hi, Martin. Thanks for sparing a few um, minutes out of your busy day. Can you just first off just give us a bit of background on yourself and horse racing and how the bots and that have changed the way that you bet?
Hi Steve, yeah, racing, well, I'm a former racehorse owner, if you like, so I've always keep a watching eye on horse racing as such, and I got out, I took it, and it revolutionised, if you like, the way I think about betting now, because I only have to concentrate on the favourites, and once you get your settings right, you don't have to do anything, you don't have to worry about anything. Does that answer that, Steve? Or?
Good. So you're obviously not a novice to horse racing. You've been through the hoops a few times, I guess.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was an expert though by any means. Just a keen enthusiast, I would say. That's
And so, what exactly do you like about the bot, and which bot are you using at the moment, Martin?
well, the bot I'm using at the moment is the Stop at Awinner, which was probably one of the first racing bots you produced. And the thing I like about it is its simplicity. Um, you don't have to do a lot with it. Um, you can't really adjust too much. Once you've got your settings in, you just fire and go and just leave it. It's very simplistic, very easy to use.
So, am I right in assuming, Martin, that each day that you get up, have your coffee, walk your dogs, and do your things, and then just turn your computer on and hit the start button on the bot, and then carry on doing what you normally do, or do you run it on the VPS?
No, I don't run it on a VPS. I run it on my PC, and yes, you're right. Generally, the only thing I do is I'll have a look the night before just to see what time the first races start. I've just started betting on the South African racing, which tends to start quite early over here in the UK. Like today, it's 10:15 was the first race. So yes, you're right. I'll get up, have a cup of coffee, switch the bot on, and just go about the daily business, really.
So, as far as the bot goes, what does that take? 5 or 10 minutes of your day?
Yeah, not even that. Probably the longest part working on the bot is when I collate all the results at the end of the day, which might take me 10 minutes. But to switch the bot on is literally less than 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes.
Okay, great. And what do you prefer, backing or laying?
I've gone between both over time, to be honest. I've done laying only, I've done backing only, and the reason I do that sometimes is just because of the type of racing and the weather over here. But up 5 weeks ago, I switched to both backing and laying, and that's what I'll keep on doing now, I think.
Okay, and do you think the countries, you just mentioned South Africa, but basically what are you doing, the UK and Ireland or the
Yeah,
USA?
it's mainly UK and Ireland. You have to be a little bit careful with South Africa and American racing because there's not the liquidity in the markets. There are the liquidity in the markets in South Africa and America is a little bit akin to greyhound racing. It comes very late and there's not a lot of it. So for people that want to play a little bit safer, I would stick with UK and Ireland racing.
Even though the money is coming later in South Africa and the USA, is the first favourite still performing reasonably well?
Yes, in South Africa, for example, this morning over here, the first two favourites have gone in. So I've got two winners.
Oh, that's a nice
Yes.
start for the day before the UK racing even looks like starting.
Yeah, I the way I set things up is I aim to win £1 a race on backing, £1.50 a race on backing, and £1 on laying. So it's not too heavy, and you can't afford to go too heavy with South Africa and America because once the losses start building, you find you don't get your stakes on. So.
Oh, okay, so that's hence the liquidity is the major issue then.
Yes, it is, and with obviously with a lot of people in there, there won't be anything there. Unless the other thing I've noticed is they're not as tight with their starting time sometimes, especially in America. So you like yesterday, there was a slight delay at Flamingo Park in South Africa yesterday of about 5 to 10 minutes, which meant I only actually caught one race because the bot starts. I've got it set to 1 minute before off time. The money wasn't there early, so I missed every race. But you just
Okay,
have to look at things like that.
right. That's it just you because you're using, as you said, the original saw one. That's with the saw deluxe one. That actually has a refresh. That it refreshes the races every hour. So if there is notified delays, then the bot will change the times on the saw
Yeah.
deluxe one. Yeah. Um, so don't mean to pry on that, but obviously you're enjoying the profits and that the software's giving you.
Yeah, and it's fantastic. As I say, it really gives me another income. And being retired, of course, every little helps.
Every pound more is another pound to spend, isn't it?
Exactly.
And just finally, I really do appreciate you taking the time out, even though you're retired. I mean, it's been a commitment to actually tee up a time and catch up with you, Martin. But do you need any knowledge of racing in that to use the bot?
No, I don't think so. Whilst I have knowledge, the one thing you and Michael are very good at is when you put a product out there, you also give some support with it. Even with all the bots, there are, if you don't know anything about horse racing, there are set examples that you can follow. So no, you don't really need any.
Okay. Well, Martin, I'd like to thank you very much. I mean, I think it's been like 7 or 8 years you've been with me and doing stuff, buying my products and that, and always your feedback's been very valuable, and I really do appreciate taking your time out of your day to speak and to let other people know what can be achieved using automated betting.
Pleasure, Steve. My pleasure.
Thanks very much.